40,000 years ago, Earth was not ours alone. This planet was shared by two powerful human species, but in profoundly different ways. On one side were the Neanderthals, broad-shouldered, incredibly strong, and masters of surviving in Europe's harsh ice age, relying on physical power and immediate resourcefulness. On the other side were the newcomers, Homo Sapiens, our direct ancestors, who were weaker in body but sharper in mind, thriving through connection, creativity, and adaptation. For a time, the world belonged to both, each dominating through distinct strengths. But then, only one species survived. This raises the question, if Neanderthals were stronger, why did they become extinct? Why do only Homo sapiens remain? Was it a war? A slow extinction? Or did our ability to adapt give us the edge? This is the untold story of Neanderthals versus Homo sapiens. A contest not just of strength, but of survival. In the end, survival wasn't about strength. It was about adaptability. The story begins hundreds of thousands of years ago, with two distinct paths. Neanderthals emerged long before us, thriving for nearly 400,000 years as they roamed Europe and Asia. Built for the cold, shorter, stockier, with powerful muscles, they hunted mammoths, lived in caves, and controlled fire. Their stone tools were sharp and effective, and their survival instincts were unmatched in harsh environments. Neanderthals dominated through physical resilience and adaptability to cold, overcoming immediate dangers. Yet, despite these advantages, their world was limited. Their groups were small. Their communication remained simple. Unlike later humans, their art, imagination, and innovation were scarce. Their survival focused on enduring the environment, but they did not transform the world around them. However, approximately 200,000 years ago, a distinct human species emerged in Africa, Homo sapiens. Unlike Neanderthals, they were taller, leaner, and had brains wired for creativity and cooperation. Around 70,000 years ago, they began leaving Africa, spreading into new lands, carrying with them an invisible weapon: imagination. Where Neanderthals rarely made art or developed complex social bonds, Homo sapiens painted on cave walls, carved figures, sang, danced, and told stories. Sapiens formed larger groups, established alliances, and exchanged ideas, building networks extending beyond a single tribe. While Neanderthals generally survived in isolation, sapiens thrived by cooperating, sharing resources, and communicating across communities. Their world expanded through connectedness and creative thinking, key contrasts to Neanderthals' endurance. Inevitably, these expanding paths converged. As Homo sapiens spread into Europe, they encountered the Neanderthals face to face, two kinds of humans staring at each other across a firelit night. Imagine the tension. Two species, so alike, yet so different. Did they fight? Did they share? Did they fear each other? Evidence suggests all three. Some encounters led to violence, others to trade, and in some rare cases, to love. Because even today, inside your DNA and mine, traces of Neanderthal blood remain. Approximately 2% of the genetic code of modern humans outside Africa is attributed to them. They are gone, and yet they are not. That legacy, though, would soon be overshadowed by change. As time passed, the balance shifted in favor of Homo sapiens, making the contrasts all the more critical. Climate change struck. Ice ages came and went. Food grew scarce. For Neanderthals, already isolated and living in small numbers, every loss was devastating, a test of physical and environmental endurance. Meanwhile, sapiens responded differently. They built broader networks, invented new tools, and shared knowledge, boosting their group's resilience. Each innovation, whether a new hunting strategy or improved shelter, depended on collaboration, not just strength. Ultimately, Neanderthals relied on isolation, while Homo sapiens leveraged connectivity. This difference proved decisive for the Neanderthals' survival as their numbers dwindled. Archaeological evidence suggests that approximately 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals began to decline in numbers. Their populations shrank. Their strongholds in Europe collapsed. Whether it was direct conflict with sapiens, competition for resources, disease, or climate pressure, every factor pushed them closer to extinction. The last Neanderthals, clinging to survival in caves, slowly faded from history. By 28,000 years ago, they were gone. Yet their story was not over. It would echo in the DNA of the survivors. Yet, gone does not mean forgotten. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you have light skin or certain eye colors, if your body responds to altitude or temperature in unique ways, that may be the legacy of Neanderthals in your blood. They are part of us. Their story is woven into our very being. So what then truly decided the battle for Earth? Not a single fight, nor just strength or intelligence, but adaptability, the ultimate advantage. Adaptability allowed Homo sapiens to imagine, plan, unite, and dream of things that didn't yet exist. Survival became a culture. Fear became a story. Knowledge became a legacy. Adaptability laid the groundwork for everything we see today. Cities, technology, culture, art. Neanderthals were survivors. But Homo sapiens became creators because they adapted. That crucial difference shaped the destiny of humanity. This is not just history. It is our story, woven from two species who once stood side by side. One disappeared, the other became all of us, carrying the story of both into the future. So the next time you wonder how fragile humans conquered the world, remember this. We are here because of imagination, cooperation, and resilience. We are here because our ancestors learned to share, to plan, to dream. Although Neanderthals are no longer present, their legacy endures in the DNA that flows through our veins. These threads unite us in a single human story, how we survived. This is the story of us, survivors, dreamers, and inheritors of both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens. United by resilience, imagination, and connection, we carry this story into the future.